Welcome to the Pregnancy Health News Brief for February 2026. I'm Lisa Borne, Managing Editor of Pregnancy Health News. Here is a look at some of this month's top stories. We have a lot of abortion pill rescue stories this month. The Abortion Pill Rescue Network has topped 8,000 lives saved. 2 women shared the hope and joy of abortion pill reversal on both U.S. coasts during recent major pro-life events. We've shared Sierra's APR story in Pregnancy Health News previously, and now her story is helping to save more lives. An APR mom said after receiving the APR treatment that she is so happy she does not have to live with the decision to terminate her pregnancy. In other news, a young woman named Dora shared her story of trauma and redemption after experiencing abortion drug harm. Planned Parenthood has ended its quest to restore $500 million in taxpayer funding. The Trump administration has rescinded a Biden-era policy requiring abortion drugs in pharmacies. And adoption gets national attention during the Super Bowl thanks to a poignant ad. Now let's take a closer look at this month's top stories. The medical treatment that reverses the effects of the chemical abortion pill has reached another milestone in the number of lives it has saved. Heartbeat International announced February 17th that its statistics show more than 8,000 lives have been saved through the Abortion Pill Rescue Network, the latest statistical landmark in efforts to provide immediate medical care to women who regret beginning a chemical abortion comes as more women inquire about abortion pill reversal and abortion-supportive elected officials continue their legal assault on the protocol. The APRN is managed by Heartbeat International and includes nearly 1,500 healthcare professionals, pregnancy centers, and hospitals worldwide that administer the APR protocol, often around the clock. Heartbeat is the largest network of pregnancy help organizations in the U.S. and globally. The APRN connects with thousands of women each year, roughly 200 per month who qualify for reversal, and around 6 women start APR each day. The network has assisted women in 98 other countries and all 50 states in the U.S. and has seen a 30% increase in reversal starts in the latest fiscal year. Two women bravely stood before large crowds on opposite sides of the United States recently and told their individual stories of abortion pill reversal. Sarah addressed the National March for Life in Washington, D.C. January 23rd, and the next day, on January 24th, Elizabeth spoke for the Walk for Life West Coast in San Francisco. Both women discussed their personal experience of being pregnant and feeling that abortion was a choice they had to make, taking the first chemical abortion pill and experiencing regret, then seeking to save the life of their child. Sarah and Elizabeth's addresses to tens of thousands of pro-life supporters came as chemical abortion continues to surge as the most common abortion method in the country. Instances of chemical abortion abuse surface repeatedly, and pro-life advocates press for review of safety standards for the abortion drugs. The 2 women also shared their stories as inquiries to the Abortion Pill Rescue Network have been on the rise. APR mom Sierra posted an ultrasound image of her unborn daughter on social media explaining that the child was saved through abortion pill reversal. The ripple effect began to save other lives. Sierra had taken the first abortion pill out of fear and desperation. Because her baby's life was saved through abortion pill reversal, out of gratitude and love, she began sharing her story at events and online. December 2025 social media post with the 3-plus-year-old ultrasound image of her 9-week-old unborn baby garnered thousands of views. The video on TikTok went viral, with hundreds of thousands of views and thousands of shares and comments. A woman reached out to Sierra and said she'd taken the first abortion pill 18 hours earlier, asking Sierra what she could do. Sierra immediately connected her to the abortion pill reversal hotline. This was over the weekend, and it would be Monday before she could be seen in person, so that whole time Sierra kept talking to her and praying with her. The woman had an ultrasound when her local pregnancy center opened on Monday, and it revealed not just one, but 2 heartbeats. The woman chose life for her twins and is receiving the APR treatment. Sierra remains in contact with her, and mother and babies are doing well, she said. The fact her APR story is affecting lives so positively has fueled Sierra's passion to share it in hopes of helping others. Sarah became pregnant as she was about to finish her associate's degree and transfer to a 4-year university that she had worked hard to get into. She was upset and sad and felt like she had made a huge mistake. The father of the baby was also not happy, and together they decided that she should have an abortion. This conflicted, however, with the values of her upbringing. But her circumstances left her in a place of fear. Sarah said after taking the abortion pill, she left the facility in tears, feeling absolutely hopeless. A sidewalk counselor approached her as she went outside and told her there's a reversal process for the abortion pill, that she may not have to go through with the abortion. She sat in her car for the next few hours, feeling distraught. Her thoughts turned back to her unborn child during this time, and she broke down. Sarah called the father and told him what she was going through, and he encouraged her to keep her baby. Sarah then chose to place her trust in God. Sarah contacted the Abortion Pill Rescue Network and was immediately told that they would begin searching for a doctor for her. She was given the resources she needed to reverse the pill and given a series of ultrasounds to make sure the baby was okay. Sarah gave birth to her baby girl in early November and said her daughter is perfect and that she loves taking care of her. Sarah said her academic career will be prolonged and she will reapply to transfer to the university for subsequent school years. But she has no regrets. Dora Esparza was a 20-year-old nursing student when she found out she was pregnant. She remembers feeling afraid, but also hopeful. When she told her boyfriend, he said there are other options, meaning abortion. Dora's boyfriend made an appointment at Planned Parenthood and paid for it, but he did not go with her. At the abortion facility, an ultrasound confirmed she was 8 weeks pregnant. She was told she was a great candidate for abortion drugs. And she was told the abortion pill would be less invasive, more private, and her side effects would be just like a heavy menstrual period. Dora's experience with chemical abortion pills was not at all how she was told it would be. In addition to hours of excruciating pain and heavy bleeding, she felt terrible guilt after seeing parts of her child in the process. Dora's life was also in danger 2 weeks later when she discovered that the abortion drugs had failed. She had to have an emergency D&C to remove the rest of her child and the pregnancy. After years of darkness, addiction, self-harm, depression, and suicidal thoughts, Dora cried out to God and asked to be saved. She said then everything changed. Today, Dora is an executive director at a pregnancy center. She shares her story daily with women facing the same crossroads she once faced. And she now warns women about the harms and dangers of abortion drugs for their children and for them. In a significant legal win for the Trump administration and the pro-life cause, Planned Parenthood dropped its court case to restore federal funding via Medicaid on January 30th. Last year, President Donald Trump signed the One Big Beautiful Bill, which, among other things, defunded the abortion giant for a year. The defunding, although temporary, was a hard-fought victory for pro-life lawmakers. In September, the first U.S. Circuit Court of Appeals had ruled to allow the Trump administration to withhold Medicaid reimbursements to Planned Parenthood while the case proceeded. On January 30th, the plaintiffs, Planned Parenthood Federation of America, and state affiliates in Massachusetts and Utah, dropped their complaint. Pro-life groups have pushed for a full 10-year defunding of Planned Parenthood before funding returns in July. Planned Parenthood has argued that taxpayer dollars do not go to abortions at affiliate centers and rather to other services. But critics have noted all along that the money is fungible. Planned Parenthood has vowed to fight for funding in other areas. Pharmacists are no longer required to offer chemical abortion drugs after the Department of Health and Human Services took action to protect the rights of conscience and prevent federal funds from supporting abortion. HHS's Office of Civil Rights withdrew a Biden-era policy that required pharmacists to stock or fill prescriptions for drugs that may be used as contraceptives and abortion. The 2023 Biden-era guidance treated refusals as potential discrimination and asserted that non-discriminatory access to reproductive health care was necessary to protect the rights of women and pregnant people. In the rescission announced January 27th, the Office of Civil Rights said the policy was vague and ambiguous and could be read as continuing to promote abortion, was at odds with the Trump administration's defense of conscience protections. The office also said the policy conflicted with the Hyde Amendment, which forbids the federal funding of elective abortion, a restriction President Donald Trump had reaffirmed in an executive order. The Office of Civil Rights said as well that the Biden administration guidance's use of the term pregnant person was inconsistent with Trump's executive order to restore, quote, biological truth to the federal government, end quote. A pro-life ad promoting adoption went viral on social media after airing on national television during this year's Super Bowl. The 60-second ad begins with a young woman nervously looking at a positive pregnancy test. The two lines showing the positive result turn into two aisles of people heatedly chanting abortion slogans and pro-life standpoints. The voiceover in the ad says, "They're telling you that you only got two choices. But the truth is, there's three. Are these options difficult? Of course they are. But you deserve to know, adoption is an option." After millions of viewers saw the ad live during the Super Bowl, the ad got millions more views, likes, and reposts on social media, including X and Instagram. The ad, titled "The Girl in the Middle," was produced by the organization Adoption Is. According to its website, Adoption Is exists to share the truth about adoption and to replace stigma with empathy. Furthermore, the organization says, quote, "We believe adoption is not giving up. It's giving a future. It's a courageous act of love that deserves to be visible, viable, and valued in our culture." End quote. That's the news for this episode of the Pregnancy Help News Brief. All of these stories and more are available to you 24/7 at pregnancyhelpnews.com. Thank you for joining us for this episode of the Pregnancy Help News Brief on the Pregnancy Help Podcast. I'm Lisa Borne. Subscribe to receive updates on future episodes.